morning. It's cold. All right. Whilst it looks sunny, it's not. It's probably barely 6 or 7 degrees. There's a southerly blowing. I'm freezing my ass off. But I want to keep the ball rolling. Had a good chat with Mac last night, just on Messenger or whatever. And yeah, I sort of just told him how I'm super excited with all the bits and pieces turning up as well. And I was like, is there any way we can make the work on the shell go faster? Because I'm like, I'm fizzing at the bunghole to get this thing moving. But they've got quite a lot of insurance work out there at the moment, so I was like, I understand, and my stuff, and they are doing me such a massive favor. So yeah, I just have to bide my time slowly, but that doesn't mean there's nothing to do. And I kind of wanted to do something a bit fun, because we did the laborious thing of sort of checking the threads and everything on that. We've got probably one last coat of paint to chuck on those end pieces. But I want to do something a bit fun today. And I don't know, it's fun for me. I don't know whether it's going to be fun for you guys or not, but I kind of want to recreate the interior of the car, like on the ground there. You know what I mean? I was like, I think I've got most of the bits and pieces, so I was like, why not? And then I can start mapping out the wiring harness and everything too. So let's give that a go, eh? Okay, this is kind of like the best, dumbest idea I've ever done. Like, I got the taillights at the back, that one's missing one, but fuel pump, which is probably technically going to be about there, I think. Battery behind passenger seat. Fuse block, I think it's going to fit in there really well. How cool is that? Oh, yeah! Yeah, and I'd like to say a special thank you to my steering column. Thank you, what is it, Waco? I think it is, Super Low Jack. Oh, that thing just worked out brilliantly. Oh my God. Oh, man, this is cool. And I laid out the engine wiring loom. We've got the windscreen wiper motor there as well to figure that out. I really like the idea of putting the Power FC in the glove box as well. Here's my little 2.1 channel Bluetooth amp as well. That's going to be hooked up. Moving on to this, we've got the, pull that all the way forward if we can. No, come back here. Anyway, this was one of the other pieces that, because just like that one with the hydro, thought we'd do the same thing with this. Now this was a great test too, because if I put it there with these pulled all the way forward, yeah, there's a potential that it's gonna hit. I worked this out as well, once that is mounted in the car, and as long as it's in the right spot, I can actually use the handle out of that because it's 2-piece, and I can just unbolt those two down there, slot it in, and I have the same handle. Man, this is cool. Like, I can actually I even put the pedals down there as well, which also reminds me, I think I actually am missing a throttle pedal. This is great for that. I really want to sit in this. I'm missing, I've got to do the rear two bouts of that, so I just got to watch out because that's going to be sitting on the floor. But this is going to be perfect for running these wires where they need to go and making sure putting the fuse box there is going to work. All right, enough geeking out. I'm going to try and sit. I guess you could say I'm kind of in. I'm literally resting on one butt cheek because I don't really, I'm not really relying on it. Oh, this is cool. This is getting an idea of what it's actually going to be like in the car. Yeah, I'm way back. Like, I'm definitely not that tall, but. All right, enough playing around. Let's run some cables. Okay, what do we got here? So I think this is going to fit in here pretty well. Pushing it sort of all the way down there, yeah, it'll fit flush, and it's just wide enough when it sort of kicks back a bit there. And also there's enough meat in there, so if I was to pop a hole through there, and then all of these run up here. Now, the only ones that really need to go to the back is the fuel pump, and even then, I'm probably gonna, with the ammo can, probably run its own. I don't even know whether I need to use that as well. So I've got nothing really going straight to the back from here. Most of it's going to be going through, because this is fuse power, most of it's going to where it needs to be sort of directed from there. Right, I'm going to try and switch ground through these. So most of it's going to the front, which is kind of one of the reasons why I kind of thought this might not work, because almost everything having to go forward. However, we seem to have enough length. Most of this stuff here is, like, one of it's a small run for the power, but this one here, I think, as if I was sort of pulling that through and remembering I've got to do, again, a bit of potting and put some clips either side. Boop, boop. Hello. So it'll make it to the, that's for ignition and accessory off the key. Now, this stuff here, I've run this one all the way around because technically the only one in here that actually has to go to the front, I think, is the blue one for the fans, I believe. I think this is going to work, and I'm kind of ready to commit for it. Yeah. I mean, it's going to tuck in there quite nicely. We'll have the shifter there. I'm going to run it on this side as well, so all the it'll be away from the shifter, it'll be away from the handbrake. I'll find sort of stuff to plug all this. I actually might get one of those 3D printed, what is it, cell phone slot holders or whatever it is. I think that's going to fit really good. If I have to put extra fuses in here, I can sort of mount them there. Burp, burp, burp. Burp, burp. I think that'll work. Yeah. I'm so stoked on this. It has been kind of a good little motivation thing for me this morning. I can't put hands on the shell. Max still has a lot of work to do on that. So I kind of thought this is the next best thing. This is kind of a majority of the interior, the stuff that I'm going to be touching, driving this thing. And it kind of gets into that favourite part for me for the wiring. It sounds so weird to sort of say favourite part, even though I've got a lot to learn when it comes to wiring. But, this kind of stuff and the mental mapping and everything is the part that challenges me and I really like. And to sort of see everything just like, making sure I don't step on stuff, everything kind of laid out like that. I mean, here it goes. Like, how cool is that? Like, that's like almost the full interior of the car, like right there. Ah, so cool. I might have to steal that Part Shop Max gold shifter off the Simrig inside. It came with an 8-ball one, so I'll just have to chuck that on. I'm not even using that shifter, but I think that's going to look really cool, especially with the gold Part Shop Max handle that I've got in that car as well. I think the gold will be sweet. And I really do want to paint the cage gold as well. And but again, that'll be sort of further down the track. And it's not the first cage I've actually painted gold. So this is the bolt-in that was in that. And I reckon it looks pretty cool, especially if you've got a darker interior and that contrast on it. I love that. Oh, man, I'm so like fizzing right now. And all I'm doing is this. And this is total play right now. This is, there's a little bit in it. Okay, it's 95% play, 5% work, because it is like running wires and just figuring out where stuff's going to go, although I'd sort of kind of already had an idea of where I wanted stuff to go anyway. Does at least highlight to me the stuff that I probably still need, you know, or at least have to find out whether I am still requiring it or not. Anyway, this is already a 2.5 minute clip. Also, let me know what you think as well. So I've got this. I'm looking for something else right now. Don't worry. I've got, so these cam covers in that color there. What I'm thinking, and try and visualize it. Here we go. You know, that's the engine bay. I'm thinking, and I've sort of talked to Mac about this, a white engine bay. I know they're really hard to keep clean, but I've seen a couple of guys, who've done it in Japan, and they've done white engine bays, and it really helps everything pop, especially when you're doing this and it's like, it's not a street car with everything all over the place. This is like more of a track oriented. It should be minimal stuff in the bay. But I don't tend to do like full-on track cars very well. Case in point being Lunch Money, and that one having like full interior and stuff, and it was kind of supposed to be a practice car, and it ended up like people are saying, oh, that's like better than most people's like road cars. And I'm like, I'm old. I don't like loud noise. No. I like loud noises, but it's I want the comfort, and you know, the fact to actually have like a dash, and like I do plan on having carpet in this thing as well. I was like, got to do it. There's a crowd over in Aussie that recreates it, but it does cost quite a bit. So if I can find some S15 front half, I will, or even S14 front half for cheap. Yeah, I'll throw that in. Otherwise, I might just bite the bullet and just, I've got S15 stuff and that stuff's in that, and that's really nice. But yeah, I'm not sure. I would kind of like to get a nice one for this and try and get maybe a silver to kind of go with the outside, or just keep it dark and go for more of a charcoal. It's just charcoal's hard to keep clean. I think even silver's going to be a bit of a push, isn't it? Anyway, what am I going to do here? What I'm going to do is keep the... What I'm going to do now is keep the center console part out and keep the... maybe keep the switches. Try and mount that, drill the hole through, and if I keep the center console and that bit there, I can start gauging links if I have to run any powered switch. I don't think I do actually. Anyway, I've still got to drill the hole for that. Maybe keep the glove box out and drill the hole and see if I can get the thing through. I've got to make the modifications on the loom as well to run the 25 ECU. There's quite a few bits and pieces there. I've got a wee bit of time. It's 11:15 now. I kind of have to wrap this up by midday. So I'm going to put the stuff away that I don't need to have out right now and just keep the bits and pieces that I think I can achieve in about an hour's worth of work. So I need to stop jabbering to you guys and actually do some work. It's tricky though because this is so much fun. Just staring at this. I'm going to take a bunch of photos now. Anyway. What do we got going on here? Peekaboo. I just had to sort of smash that out. It was very fiddly. I had to open out a couple of holes. I've actually riv nutted the bottom of this, so this down here, it's pretty solid. You've actually, can you see there? So these are actually sort of dress-up bolts and everything for intake covers. And yeah, into a couple of aluminium riv nuts, which is great. And yeah, it's solid. It's in there. Now I've also just, I don't know where you can see. Hang on, I'll flip you around. Oof, there we go. Yeah, very, very hard to sort of see in there, but yeah, hole down the bottom, which just sends it along here, which, oops, you can see just all the way down there. So it just pops out the side and then just runs down this side of the center console part. And yeah, we'll just keep those there, but they can get run for now. So whoop. I guess the next thing is, so now that this is all mounted here and probably mounting this piece. Now, from what I've kind of seen with this, I've sort of made the reliefs and everything on the side there, but to be able to fix it to this center console, where are we? Yeah, it kind of goes in there and sits in there pretty well like that, but to pull it onto the center console, I'm probably going to need to do something. I don't really want to screw, like they've got holes there and everything. I don't really want to screw into that and then have stuff poking out the other side. You know, I do have my limits. So I'm thinking I might try and do something through these side pieces here just to sort of hold it in place for now, especially as this thing is probably going to be coming in and out quite a few times. Yeah, everything I'm trying to avoid permanently mounting stuff if I know things are moving in and out. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I mean, that is so cool. It's exactly what I wanted. That's a good bit of progress. The biggest part, you know, this is kind of the fun part of the wiring. You know, it's like mounting stuff. The hard part is going to be the, well, not hard part, but the boring part is going to be the actual wire work. Anyway, I'm gonna tidy up now. I am starving hungry, so put that away. Just going to pop a few bits and pieces to try and minimize the amount of crap that falls on these things. Like that. Yeah, there we go. Seat is taken care of. Okay, so let's put this away now. We'll work on mounting the switch panel another day. That's going to be kind of it for this week. Yes, I know, I am procrastinating the gearbox. I'm almost at the point where I might actually have a talk to Shaden and see if he's got a 20 box sitting there, because I'm procrastinating that much. But at least if I know I've got one that's good to go, I might just, it sort of takes the pressure off it and I can sort of focus on this stuff, which I kind of find a little bit more entertaining and enjoyable. I like the sort of the interior stuff. a bit. I like the wiring stuff a bit. I do like the mechanical and everything, but yeah, especially when you're sort of starting to deal with stuff that you haven't done before. Yeah, get a bit hesitant on it. Anyway, thanks for hanging out for the last couple of days. I will sign it off now, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one.